Welcome back to campus for spring semester 2014.
Buckeye News Now is back and revamped for a new year.
And although it's spring semester, it really doesn't feel like it out there. We have your full weather report.
Plus, students react to the Buckeyes' loss of the Orange Bowl.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Alexandria Chapin.
And I'm Alice Bacani. You're watching Buckeye News Now. As we welcome you back to these wintry conditions, all Ohio State campuses, including branch campuses, closed on Monday and Tuesday due to extreme temperatures. Alexandria Chapin braved the cold to find out more on these closures.
It's the first day of spring semester, and it doesn't feel at all like spring. Classes have been canceled today due to extreme weather. This is only the 9th time campus is closed in the last 30 years. The first day of the semester is usually the busiest day on campus, but there were few students braving the cold on Monday due to the chilling temperatures dropping into the negatives.
I was supposed to have like a really long day today, and tomorrow is like a shorter day, so I can ease into it a little bit easier. But it's really cold outside, and I don't know. I'm not bundled enough. I'm not prepared.
Students were notified around 9:30 on Sunday night via text and email that campus would be closed on Monday. But before anyone received that official word, speculations of a cancellation could be seen on Twitter. Undergraduate Student Government President Taylor Stepp tweeted it before students were notified.
I really wasn't all that surprised. I kind of thought that we would probably get canceled. But I actually found out on Twitter through a lot of the athletes, because they kind of were all tweeting as soon as they found out that we didn't have class. So through like Michael Bennett, I think, tweeted about it, and Amadeo, so some of the athletes.
Although most campus buildings and dining facilities took a snow day, Sloopy's Diner inside the Union remained open with limited service, although the rest of the Union was closed off.
I was extremely excited to find out that the first day of spring semester was canceled, and I'm just really happy I don't have to be outside walking all day in this freezing weather, and it's really cold, and I don't have on gloves, so my hands are pretty cold already.
Around 3 p.m. on Monday, students received another email and text from OSU Emergency Management notifying the OSU community that campus will be closed the following day on Tuesday as well. There is no set policy on what it takes to close the university. According to university policy, the president or an authorized official will make the decision to cancel classes whenever possible by 5 a.m. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Alexandria Chapin. We're bringing you continuing coverage on campus weather with our Buckeye TV meteorologist, Mackenzie Bart. She has what you can expect in the coming days and if more severe weather is on our way. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Alex. As you know, on Monday and Tuesday, the beginning of our semester, we did have some drastically cold weather. But first, let's take a look at what this Friday has in store for us. Starting off the morning, a temperature of 34 degrees, winds from the south 4 to 6 miles an hour. The wind chill is going to be slightly below the temperature, so it's not going to be too cold outside, quite comfortable for a January day. At 3 p.m., we're looking at a high of 41 degrees, chance of rain 10%, so there's a possibility you could see some sprinkles heading on throughout your class. Winds from the south 6 to 8 miles an hour. Heading on to evening, the temperature will decrease some, but that chance of rain will increase. And as we head on throughout the nightfall on Friday, that chance of rain gets up to 60%. But let's talk about that cold weather that we experienced on Monday and Tuesday. As we see here, Monday we had a high of 33 degrees and a low of 7 degrees. So it's definitely cold outside, but one of the main effects that happened on Monday and Tuesday is that wind chill hitting at negative 33 degrees. So that is the temperature of the air coming in. So if you're outside and you don't have the right protection on, such as hat, scarf, and glove, that could be definitely dangerous. Tuesday, temperatures were even lower, a high of 9, low of negative 7, and that wind chill coming in at negative 30 degrees. Let's look at this on a nationwide scale. As you see, for the northeastern part of our country is really where that cold air came into effect. As we look at Minnesota, you can see they had temperatures anywhere from -15 to -10. But here in Ohio, the southern parts of Ohio had temperatures around 11 degrees, and then northern Ohio quite colder, -3 degrees, as you see here at this graphic. But let's talk about tonight. We're looking at a low of 37 degrees, chance of rain 50%, and that's going to happen after 1 a.m. So as you're sleeping, you may hear some raindrops falling outside your window. Then for tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 48 degrees, showers continuing on throughout the night and then ending around the afternoon. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Saturday, a low of 33 degrees. Sunday, a high of 46, low of 37, mostly sunny skies. As we start back classes on Monday, we're looking at a high temperature of 46 degrees, so quite warmer than what we've been experiencing. A low of 30, a 40% chance of showers that day. Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures will start to decrease some. You can see Wednesday we have a high of 36, low of 21. Also the possibility of some scattered showers and snowfall as that temperature hits below the freezing mark. And that's your weather for Friday. Thanks, guys. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Mackenzie. The football team got left out in the cold after returning from sunny Miami without a bowl victory. The Buckeyes lost 40-35 against Clemson in the Discover Orange Bowl.
I was pretty pissed off. Our defense played terrible. I was really hoping for a better defensive performance. I knew it was a problem going into the game after the Michigan State game, and I was hoping we improve. But we had a lot of injuries, suspensions, and a lot of things going on. So it hurt. It hurt. You know, I hope we win every game. I'm a big Buckeye fan. I've always been. So it really hurt for the loss. But hopefully we'll come back. We have some good recruits see the game, and Miami's a really good recruiting bed. So we saw a lot of players see the game. So hopefully some new talent will come in next year, and we'll be better.
I wouldn't say it was unexpected. I mean, Clemson's pretty good. But in the end, I was kind of heartbroken at the last second interception that Braxton Miller threw. But it wasn't, I mean, I was sad, definitely, obviously. I wish we would have won. We could have won at the end, but, you know, we lost it.
Our sports director, Franz Ross, was at the Orange Bowl, and we'll have much more on that Buckeye loss later in the show.
Ohio State recently stated their opposition to any boycott of Israeli higher education institutions. In a press release, the university said they oppose the boycott because academic freedom includes being able to partner with other scholars across the globe. The American Studies Association originally supported a boycott in order to protest Israel's treatment of Palestinians. The Association of American Universities, of which OSU is a member, released a statement condemning this education boycott. Buckeyes for Israel shared their views on Ohio State's decision.
I think that, obviously, as a pro-Israeli student, that it's in Ohio State's favor to protest the boycott because with supporting the boycott, universities are missing out on diversity, they're missing out on Israeli resources.
But members from the Committee for Justice in Palestine said they didn't agree with the university's statement.
We were deeply disappointed in Ohio State's decision not to endorse the boycott, which was endorsed by the American Studies Association, mostly because the reasoning they gave was invalid. We felt that academic freedoms would not be infringed upon.
Students, faculty, and staff won't be lining up on campus in 2014, or will they? Alexandria Chapin has more on the tobacco-free policy and what effects it has on smokers.
Some students may have made New Year's resolutions to quit tobacco in 2014. So did Ohio State. The university isn't just encouraging the OSU community not to use tobacco. A tobacco-free policy has been implemented on campus starting in 2014. Although tobacco-free Ohio State started January 1st, it's nothing new. Last semester, we brought you a similar story of a tobacco-free campus that was set to take effect August 1st. But we later discovered that policy wouldn't be enforced fall semester, and spring semester doesn't seem to be much different. According to OSU spokesman Gary Lewis, police enforcement will not issue citations. The ban is a matter of policy, not law, and infractions will be dealt with by OSU Human Resources and the Student Conduct Board. One campus smoker, Max Taborn, thought he found a way to smoke without violating any university policy. But we checked the tobacco-free policy, and there's no buts about it. E-cigarettes are also prohibited on campus.
Well, this is an e-cig. It's refillable. You can get juices at any of the smoke shops around town. I wasn't really happy about the ban because, I mean, it's obviously a big part of my life. I don't really want to have to walk across the street to smoke or leave campus or do anything like that. But I picked this up. You know, you can use it indoors. I mean, it tastes good. You can get different flavored juices.
Smoking on campus doesn't just affect smokers.
I'm really glad that maybe not so much secondhand smoke, and I don't really like the smell of smoke, so maybe less smell on my clothes, and it's better probably for all our health.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Alexandria Chapin.
From less hits on a cigarette to students who just want to hit the gym, we've got a look at New Year's resolutions.
Plus 2 buildings on campus that got makeovers for the new year. Don't go away.
Many students are hitting the gym this year for their New Year's resolutions, but by mid-January they may start to lose their drive. A new phone app can help keep you motivated by turning trips to the gym into cash. Alice Bacani tells us more.
One of the most popular New Year's resolutions is to hit the gym. Even students are making this promise to themselves. A spokesperson from the RPAC said they see their highest attendance numbers in January. But keeping up this motivation can be hard for some students.
I feel like, yeah, I'm not one of those people that if I make any sort of promise to myself, I usually can't follow through on it, so it's just no real point.
A new phone app called Gympact has an easy solution for this. How it works is simple. Every time you stick with your plan to go to the gym, you get paid anywhere from 50 cents to $1. But if you decide to skip out on a workout day, you have to give up $5.
Yeah, I would use the app because I think it would motivate me more to work out, and I would be excited to work out because I know that I would be getting paid.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Alice Bacani.
After a semester under construction, the 18th Avenue Library has almost completed renovation of the first floor. The project, which was originally scheduled to wrap up before the start of the spring semester, showcases a new layout on the ground floor. The renovation also includes more seating, more than double the computers previously available, and even a fireplace in the lounge area. The renovation cost totaled about $1.9 million and was funded by university libraries and Student Life.
I thought it was awesome. There was a lot more space, a lot more seating. Before, when I went there, it was just a big mess, but I think they've done a really good job on it.
Ohio State isn't just a home for football anymore. The newly renovated Sullivan Hall on High Street is a part of the university's $200 million plan to create an arts district on campus. These renovations are part of the One University Framework Plan, which will create numerous districts on campus. Sullivan Hall will be home to the dance and education departments and will also house the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library. The project will eventually include an expansion of the Wexner Center for the Arts and the Weigel Hall.
Ohio State can call itself social media savvy. The university was ranked number 9 in the nation for colleges using social media, according to a Washington Post company. Other schools who top the list include Harvard, Stanford, Yale, and the University of Oregon.
The Columbus Zoo made an appearance at the Union this week, bringing some of their animals to the Winter Student Involvement Fair. Students got an up-close look at the animals while also getting to check out the different student organizations on campus.
We have 280 student organizations here or more, and they're all trying to recruit new members, and hopefully there are people here that are looking to get involved, and we're just giving them the opportunity to connect with student organizations.
When we come back, we'll be joined by our sports director, Franz Ross, who brought back an Orange Bowl report straight from Miami.
Plus, he'll talk women's basketball and Jim Tressel's new title. Don't go away.
Welcome back. We're now joined by our sports director, Franz Ross, who just returned from the Orange Bowl last week.
Thanks for joining us, Franz.
Thanks, Alice and Alex. Last week, Ohio State played in the Discover Orange Bowl against the 10-2 Clemson Tigers. Here is my post-game report from Miami Gardens. If there was a theme to the 2014 Orange Bowl, it was redemption. Ohio State was coming off a painful loss to Michigan State in the Big Ten Championship, while Clemson was still hurting from their loss here just 2 years ago to West Virginia in the Orange Bowl. But it's going to be Clemson who gets to play Redeemer tonight as they defeated the Buckeyes 40-35.
You sometimes have to go through things, you'd rather not. But you played a good team in the Orange Bowl. And it was a high-scoring game with a lot of great plays, and we didn't finish it.
the significance of this game, not for me particularly, not for this team particularly, but for the university, for the fans that support us day in and day out, has been unbelievable. So it was a very special evening. Couldn't pick a better way to go out as a senior.
With the Orange Bowl being the Buckeyes' last game of the year, Carlos Hyde and Urban Meyer gave their final thoughts on the 2013-2014 season, and they also discussed what the future may bring.
I almost finished pretty much like I finished my senior year in high school, with close to 1,600 yards and like 18 touchdowns. So I think I had a pretty good career my last year here, and I'm looking forward to the next step in my life.
The one thing you're going to find out the more that you're around me, it is I'm not a big blame. We got to get better, and so our defense certainly made some plays to help us go win a game. Is it what we expect? No, we expect top 10 defense at Ohio State, and top 10 offense, and top 10 special teams, and I don't believe we accomplished any of those. So we just got to we go out and recruit our tails off, develop players, and work real hard and with scheme, and we'll get there.
Buckeyes fans shouldn't see this year's Orange Bowl as a total loss. They got to see two top-flight programs face off against each other in a hotly contested game. At the very least, they got to escape the Midwest winter, if just not for a little while. For Buckeye TV, I'm Franz Ross. While the Orange Bowl loss was certainly tough to swallow, even harder to realize was the fact that Carlos Hyde and Ryan Shazier had each played their final game for the Buckeyes. Both these Ohio State heroes are headed to the NFL this spring, and each has made a lasting impression on Ohio State football. Also leaving Columbus will be 4 of the 5 starting offensive linemen. One piece of good news surrounding the OSU offseason is that quarterback Braxton Miller has announced that he intends to return to Ohio State for his senior year. Block O fans are never far from a Buckeye game, even if that game is over 1,000 miles away. We caught up with some Block O members in Miami before the game to talk about why they came such a long way to see their team play.
We made the trip specifically for the Orange Bowl. It's been a long time in the coming for us to come down to Miami, though. It's pretty cool experience. But yeah, it's mainly for the Orange Bowl and to cheer on the Buckeyes. It's a special moment to come down here, be a part of something like the last BCS Orange Bowl, be a part of something this big for Buckeye Nation, and hopefully we can pack up that win and bring it back to Columbus. Maybe a little bit of this weather, too.
It was a very tough weekend to be a football fan in Ohio. Following Ohio State's Orange Bowl defeat in sunny South Beach, the Cincinnati Bengals fell to the San Diego Chargers in the first round of the NFL playoffs. The Bengals, who have yet to win a playoff game since 1990, fall by a score of 27-10. As students made their way back to Columbus for the start of spring semester, the Ohio State women's basketball team was already back to work as they faced their arch-rival Michigan Wolverines at Value City Arena on Sunday evening. Coming off a big upset win over number 17 Purdue on January 2nd, the Buckeyes could not replicate their flawless performance of just a couple of days prior, shooting just 18% from the field before falling to a 25-13 halftime deficit. Both teams came out strong to start out the second half, but the Buckeyes could not keep pace as the Wolverines earned their first Big Ten Conference victory of the season by a final score of 64-49. Former Ohio State head football coach Jim Tressel has a new title at the University of Akron. Formerly known as the Vice President of Strategic Engagement, Tressel has taken on more responsibility as he will henceforth be known as the Executive Vice President. Many have speculated that Tressel's promotion is yet another step closer to a presidential appointment at Akron, but there has been no official mentions on such a move.
That's all we have for today. Tune in next week for the latest in campus news.
Remember to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook for all campus updates.
Thanks for watching.
I think that was better.